Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, and welcome to Friday Night A Point with Fear, episode number 101. Yes, just double checking. This week we're doing Insidious Chapter 2. We did the first Insidious quite a while ago. It's one of my favourite spooky films, and this one's not bad as well. Not as good as the first one, but it's a pretty decent flick. Again from James Wan. He's directed and co-wrote it along with Lee Whannell. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment if you want to, join us in the live chat if you're a member, so become a member, for a nominal fee. What else? We're live on YouTube, fingers crossed. There we go. We should be live on Rumble. Let me just check on that. Come on. Yes, we're live on Rumble, and we should be live on Twitch. Fingers crossed. Yes, we are. Huzzah! Right, Windgrace is here. This movie must be about root beer. Yes. That's a Deep Space Nine reference. It's Insidious, is root beer. Because the Starfleet drinks it. Pardon me. Anyway. But that's by the by. So we're live on them three. What else? Later on I'll upload it to Spotify and Amazon Music podcasts. Apologies for the intro, being a bit quick. Went back to the old one. I forgot to do an intro for it. So I've been doing, each episode gets its own personal intro. I forgot to do one. What am I like? Anywho, what else? I'm also on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Links in the description. As are links to my two books. Just a minute. Silent Predator, a short horror novella about big cats eating people in a North Yorkshire village. And Mercury Rapids, a light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and aliens and all that stuff. It's all a good bit of fun. But tonight, it's Insidious Chapter 2. There we go. As I said, directed by James Wan. Info about the film. Is there anything else? Alright, become a member. Join Patreon, check my merch page out, you can get t-shirts like that, and all that stuff. Right, super chat, super thanks, etc. Throw all those my direction. Right, where were we? I forgot what I was saying now. Directed by James Wan, screenplay by Lee Whannell, story by James Wan and Lee Whannell, produced by Jason Blum of Blumhouse fame and Oren Peli of Paranormal Activity fame. Stars Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Lynn Shea, Ty Simpkins, Barbara Hershey, Lee Whannell, Angus Sampson, who else is in it? And some other people. So there we go. And it had a budget of only $5 million, but that quite a bit more than the first one. The first one only had a budget of $1.5 million. Anyway, so this one had a box office of $161.9 million, so it did really well. It did really well for its budget, which horror films generally do, don't they? And it picks up immediately after Insidious ends. If you remember the first Insidious, it's about a kid who's got the ability essentially to astrally project himself into the netherworld, which they call in this series, they call it the Further, which is like a limbo place where, dead people's spirits go. And he can do that and he gets lost. Well, it kind of gets captured. It's a bit like Poltergeist, where the little girl gets trapped by, the beast in the TV sort of thing, It's a bit like that. And he gets trapped, and they've got to work out a way to get him back. And there's the lipstick demon is in it, who looks like Darth Maul, but he's not in this one, unfortunately. And then there's the scary ghost of the old woman, who's more scary than the lipstick demon, to be honest. This film's about her in quotes. So right, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's get on with it. I'll make myself titchy tiny. Hang on, I've got to get rid of them. There we go. And now I'll make myself titchy tiny whinies in the corner. There I go. Oh, I'm tired. I'm jigging. Oh, yawn. Sorry. It's totally unprofessional. Oh, dear. Because I haven't had a nap today, because I'm old. Anyway, let's get the film up. As usual, we'll not just be watching the film because of copyright and all that stuff. We're going through it in a series of stills. I'll try and remember what I've learned about it. Special features on the Blu-ray. They're okay. This is right up. They're okay, but there's not that many. They're just the usual, makings of like 20 minutes maximum. There's no commentary on it, so what can I do? But I watch them. Right, so off we go. Right, we will begin the film. There it comes. There it is. The usual, the film district. Never heard of film district. Who are they anyway? I've seen that you get these film companies that you think, where have they come from? So film districts, have a look. Oh, they don't have a link. They don't have a link. Oh, right. Oh, we're going to see. I'm looking on Wikipedia, see, I thought they might have a link on Wikipedia, but they bloody don't. I bet it's some Chinese company, probably. I don't know. I'm just checking again, because we're live, and I don't care. Anyway, never mind. Right, so, off we go. Stage 6. They do quite a few horror films, don't they? And the one. Right, we begin. This is the Blumhouse ident. There you go. And we're off, I think. Yes, we're off. And we're heading, but I think we're in 1986 now. It might tell us there. Patrick Wilson. We'll see Rose Byrne. And here we're meeting the young Elise. Remember, Elise is the Lin Shaye character. But we're meeting here. She's young. I'm looking for the date. Is it going to tell us the date? It tells the date somewhere. I'm sure it does. There we go. Lambert Residence, 1986. This is where we're going to meet the young Lorraine. This is the young Barbara Hershey. I reckon she was called Lorraine after Lorraine Warren. From the Conjuring films, another James Wan franchise. But anyway, this is the young Lorraine. She becomes Barbara Hershey later. And if you recognise her face, because you've seen her in House of the Devil, which we've done on this, and I forgot the name of the actress, so I'm just checking. Young Lorraine, there we go. Jocelyn Donahue, she was in House of the Devil, which is a top-notch film. And young Elise is played by Lindsay Syme. I think that's how you pronounce it, Seim. But she's voiced by, I don't know if Barbara Hershey's voicing Jocelyn Donahue's face, but Lin Shaye is definitely voicing. I forgot her name already. What am I like? Lindsay Symes. She's definitely voicing her, which it seems weird because Lin Shaye, she's kind of got an old lady's voice because she's an old lady, isn't she? And it's weird, an old lady's voice coming out of a young face. Anyway, so we're in 1986, and remember the Patrick Wilson character from the first one. We found out that as a kid, he could do what his son could do. He could astrally project himself. So, anyway, they had problems with him as a kid, and then they kind of hypnotised him, sort of, to make him forget all about it. So this is what we're going to see here. Or the lead up to it. The fellow with the headphones on is Carl. Is a friend of Elise's. So there we go. So we're going to show the photos. We saw these in the first film. There we go, where they took photos of Josh, young Josh, and then they saw this in the background. They said, "Thought it was a problem with the film." Obviously not. Particularly when it gets to. Hang on, is it going to show it? Particularly when it gets to. Hang on, in a minute. Is it going to show the last one? Is it going to show it? There we go. Particularly when it gets to that one. That was definitely not, a blemish on the emulsion, is it? But anyway, I had to crap myself. If I took a photo and that were in the background, I'd crap myself. I'm giving myself chills now. Anyway, so there we go. So, are we going to get... Oh, no, right. So, this is young Josh. She's videotaping him. She's asking him questions about, what he does. And she's going to hypnotise him to get more info because he can't remember anything. So, right, so she's going to do that. She's going to hypnotise him using a metronome and candles. By the way, I've got my candles lit down there. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, there they are. Look, it's on there. Got my candles lit. It's there. For spookiness. See, Wingrace, I have a photo like that. Don't scare me. Right, so she's hypnotising him, and they're gonna use a walkie-talkie. He's gonna guide her around the house. They're gonna play hot and cold, and they're gonna find, what's bothering, who's visiting him. They go, "Are you alone?" She's asking, and they say no. There you go. Gonna play hot and cold. So she's gonna walk around the house, and he's gonna say, warmer or colder or whatever, and all that stuff. Right, so they're doing that. There we go. She's heading upstairs. This is we saw this in the first film. This lamp, this light. For some reason, it was important in the opening credits, and I can't remember why. Anyway, so the whatever is bothering him is in his closet. So she's going to check out there, check out the closet. She's checking under the bed first. And then she looks in the closet, and she obviously senses something. Remember, Elise is a psychic. She senses something. So he's saying, "Please get out of there." He says, "Who's in there?" And whatever it is, lunges out at her. Does it show it? I can't remember if it shows it or not, or if it's just a noise. I don't see it, but obviously something scratched her. Look. Ooh, scary. Right, so she comes back down. There it is. That's nasty, isn't it? I thought I was bad getting stung by a wasp, but she needs to get to hospital with that and get it stitched. Anyway, this is where she's learning that the entity or whatever that's following him around wants to be him, and there goes. There she's telling Lorraine all about what he can do when he goes to sleep. He can go different places to the further. She don't call it that. I don't think she's given it that name yet, but and do all this stuff. So the only way they can get him to not do it is essentially to hypnotise him into not having that ability anymore, which is what they're going to do. But before they do that, they're talking, and then he just starts talking as though he's talking to somebody, and he says, "I'll show you." Here he goes, and he gets up and he points at this door here and saying, "Who's he talking to?" We find out later, don't worry. He points to the door, and the door opens all by itself. Hang on, we're going to show it. Hang on, I've missed it. There we go. The door opens all by itself to whatever's beyond that door. So they're going to hypnotise him. So that's what they're going to do. And then we get the opening titles with the scary, discordant music. Don't worry, it's not the. I'm looking for Control M. It's not the first Insidious. It's here we go. Insidious Chapter 2. Right. So here we are. We're at the. This is just the opening titles. I just remembered. This is just the opening titles showing the further. Essentially, this is the spooky place. It's like what do they call it? Is it the beneath or the under? What do they call it now? I forgot. In Stranger Things. Anyway, it's kind of like that, and it's showing things from that. There we go, and it's going to showing us things that we're going to see as well in the film. Coming up. So there we go. There's the red door, which features. I think it features in all the films, doesn't it? The red door. I mean, the latest. It'll be the last one. The latest of the Insidious films is called The Red Door, directed by Patrick Wilson. It's bloody awful. Yes, the Upside Down. Yes, that's it. The Upside Down. Thank you, Wingrace. I was close. The beneath, under. Whatever. Oh dear. Anyway, so off we go. Right. Right, so now Lorraine is being questioned by the police. Because hang on. It's the Borg Queen inside. Is it? I don't know. Something else has gone over my head. Where were we? It's been questioned because at the end of the first film, Elise Lynn Shea was strangled to death by Patrick Wilson, who was possessed by the spirit of the old woman, in quotes, the scary old woman. And just before that happened, she took a photo, and but obviously nobody knows that it was Patrick Wilson that killed her. They just found her dead, which we're going to see in this. So there we go. So she's telling them, what went on. They went hypnotised her husband, and he went into the further to find her son Dalton. She's got two sons, Dalton and Foster. Why is she giving the kids last names for the first names? I don't know, but anyway. Picard season 3. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, Jack kept hearing the board behind the red door. Yes, he did. Yes, I forgot about that. I'd forgot about that. Anywho, where were we? So he went into the further to get his son back, and it worked. They got him back. It had a happy ending, apart from Lynn Shea's character being murdered. But anyway, this is showing it now. There, she's found not looking well. She's looking for Josh, and then he just suddenly pops up, says, "Oh, look, I'm here. What's happened?" And he went, "Oh no, she's dead. Phone an ambulance, etc." There you go. And she'd looked at the camera. It's like a little digital camera, and she'd looked at the screen, and I don't think it shows us the photo. I think it shows it at the end of Insidious, the photo, and it says it's not him. It's the old scary woman. But anyway. That's Captain of the Apollo, isn't it? From Stargate Atlantis, Wyn Grace. I don't know the actor's name. I shall check on IMDb. Detective. Detective Sendai. Michael Beach. Yes, I know that name. Captain of the Apollo. Colonel whatever. Anyway, so he's in this. So we've got a Stargate reference already. I didn't. When I watched it earlier on, I didn't twig, and it's just twig now. Anyway, can you tell me who this is in the picture? And it doesn't show us. I don't know why it doesn't show us. She just has a lot of weird things going on, so it doesn't tell us who it is. Like I say, she's saying it's the photograph of a ghost, essentially, but obviously he don't want to believe that. But we get to see a photo of the marks on Elisa's neck. We didn't really see them, did we, before, when we just saw her now, but maybe they came up later. A hint of the photo she saw before, but they're not showing us it for some weird reason. Anyway, so they're going home, because there's obviously no evidence to arrest her husband, so they're going home. They're staying at Josh's mother's, at Lorraine's house. I presume the police have cordoned off their old house while they're doing an investigation or whatever, I don't know, but maybe they just don't want to live there anymore. But anyway, so we see that Foster, I can't remember which is which. Yeah, I think that's Dalton. I think that's Foster. Has made one of them tin cup foam. Well, it says there cup foam, with a piece of string and on tin and all that. Made one of them, which is plot relevant in a bit. It's a bloody spooky house. It's like a bloody psycho house, isn't it? But anyway, so everything's all nice and lovely. And apparently in this film, I keep forgetting to check, but they had, I think, a special feature on the a little video on the Blu-ray about what's the phrase? Seeing things out of the corner of your eye. I forgot what they call it now. What does it say on the back? I don't know if I could bloody read it. Peripheral vision, that's it. That's what I'm thinking of. So I think there are some things I saw, but I think there might be other things that I didn't catch, so we'll see if I catch anything. Things at the edge of frame and stuff like that, figures and stuff like that are there 1 minute and gone the next. So we'll see if we see any. I probably miss them. Anyway, what's happening here? I'm pressing the wrong button, that's what's happening. There they go, the kids have gone to bed, playing with their cup phones. Hey, bless them. It's not really realistic, is it? They'd be on the bloody Switches or whatever, wouldn't they? Nintendo Switch. Not playing with a bloody cup phone. As we see, there's a flag in the corner of the room. It's an Australian flag, because there's a big Australian contingent in this film. Lee Whannell's Australian, Angus Simpson's Australian. Who else is Australian? There's somebody else. Oh, Rose Byrne's Australian, and James Wan is Australian, although he was born in Malaysia. But he moved to Australia when he was 7, so he's classed as Australian. At least as far as Wikipedia is concerned. So there we go. So I presume that's why there's an Australian flag there, I'm guessing. Right, so apparently this is Josh's old room. He just had 2 beds in his old room for some reason. Don't know why, but anyway, he did. And dinosaurs. Right, so... oh. What's he reading? Oh, I was just like, turn of the screw he's reading. It's a bit... there we go. Hang on. Go on, show us it, bloody hell. I landed on it and bloody can't land on it now. Oh, for Christ's sake. There we go. A bit, not exactly a kid's read, is it? You know, it's a spooky story, isn't it? The film, The Innocents were based on the turn of the screw, wasn't it? It's a ghost story. But anyway. Yes, a bit of light reading. But no wonder he's having nightmares and going into altered states of existence. Anywho, and there's some weird hand with a tongue coming out of it on the headboard. I no wonder there's nightmares. Anyway, so off he goes. They're going to sleep. Oh, they're going to carry on with that, and then he comes back in and says, "Hey, get to sleep." Right. So what's happening next? I forgot her name. Renee. This is Renee. Rose Byrne plays Renee. Patsy Wilson plays Josh. Barbara Hershey plays Old Lorraine. Right, that's all we need to know. Alright, I think she's going to start seeing things now, so we've got to keep looking at the edge of frame for stuff. As she starts hearing things. I think it's the piano, yes. She keeps seeing the piano. There's a piano in another room. Because, you know, we've all got a grand piano in our houses. So she's going to check it so she can hear it. And so she goes in this room with double doors. You can tell it's a scary house because they've got a grandfather clock. What's that there? Don't know. So in she goes, and obviously it stops playing as soon as she goes in. It's not like it's not giving it that. It's just like this faint tinkling, you know, of the piano. It's kind of a little tune. We'll learn what tune it is later on. It's actually one of Renee's tunes, because Renee's a songwriter. Although I don't know. Well, I don't know why they decided to make her a songwriter, but it's kind of a plot point in this. It didn't really make much difference in the first film, but in this, it's a plot point. There's a reason why the piano's doing these little faint tunes that you can barely hear. But anyway, it stops. And the radio's playing as well, so she turns that off. And then she bumps into... Hang on, I missed it. Where is it? Come on, go back again. Show us. That thing there. She keeps bumping into... That keeps going off. And if that were my kids, whatever they're called, Walker, whatever they call them, I'd just take the batteries out of it because it makes the most annoying sound ever. But anyway, it keeps going off. Right, so she goes to check on the baby, who's called Callie. I don't know if that's short for anything. I can't remember. I'm just checking to see if it says on there. No, it just says Callie. 2 kids play Callie, obviously twins. Bryn Bowie and Madison Bowie played Callie. I don't know if it's short for anything. Don't give the little girl a last name, do they? Anyway, for a first name. They give her the name of a Hindu deity with Callie with the 6 arms that Sinbad fights. Anyway. Right, so she's putting baby monitors out, you know, little walkie-talkie baby monitor things, putting them out. Because in the first film, one of them scared the wee out of her. She had it in the room, and then she heard this ghostly voice coming over it. So she's got a few of them now. Well, 2. So off she goes downstairs. I think the piano starts playing again. This might be where she bumps into that silly machine. She goes back upstairs. The baby's gone. Because she hears the baby crying. Pardon me. Over the baby one. She goes back up. There's no baby there, but the baby's on the floor. A minute. There, look. The baby somehow got on the floor. Right. Josh, you know, is saying, well, maybe she got out by herself. You know, maybe she started climbing out now and all that stuff. And she obviously don't believe it. And I think immediately we're thinking there's something up with Josh. Because remember, he was kind of possessed at the end of the first film, so we know there's something wrong with him. Wingrace says, when I was a kid, my friend's walkie-talkie is connected to a baby monitor in the neighbourhood. I bet that was fun, wasn't it? Oh dear, giving poor mother and heart attacks. Oh dear. Oh dear. I might change. Shall we risk it? Shall we see how we go? Hang on, wait a minute. Take it from members only and try and go back to how we were. Subscribers and see what happens. See what happens. Let's see. But before I do that, I'm going to gift some. Oh, I can't do it through here. Stupid thing. I'll gift a couple of memberships before we do that. So just bear with me, because we're live. You can have a look at. Keep watching Rose Byrne freaking out. There's nothing normal about this, okay? While I find my video, here it is. You're up, that's me talking. Right, I'll just gift a few membership gifting. See if it gets any proper people rather than just random, subscribers. Oh, amazing people, but they never comment, do they? Usually, but never mind. But we'll see what happens. There we go. Tell you, I'm spending some money on these bloody gift memberships lately. Just bear with me. Right, who's going to get gifted memberships? Let's see. Phil McSweeney, Igor, 1978, Julie Hours, Hair Peter 44, and Harambe. Is that gorilla? Still not. I wish you could gift a specific person. I wanted to bloody gift a membership to Josh Temple. That's what I wanted to do with Joshua Kanapke. But it's not bloody happening, is it? Unbelievable. Anyway, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to change it, see how we go, won't I? But then if the idiots come back, I'll change it back to how it was. Right, so just bear with me. I forgot how to do it. Why is that into? Right, subscribers. And I'll change it so that you've had to have been a subscriber for a while, so I'm going to change that. I know it's not perfect, but we'll see how we go. Right, we'll see how that does. We shall see how that does. Has that done it? Yes, members only mode is off. Right, see if we get any more people popping in. Right, where were we? Yes, she's freaking out. Nothing normal. The ghosts or whatever are still knocking about. Stuff's still happening. But it doesn't seem entirely interested. He says, "Look, we're all safe. It's all over and done with, etc." There you go. I went into that place to get our son back, and something evil followed him and killed Elise. But we have our family back. That's what he's saying. Anyway, then we get to Specs and Tucker. This is Lee Wanell and Angus Sampson, who plays Specs and Tucker. These were Elise's assistants, I suppose you could say. And they're going to Elisa's house for whatever reason. Maybe just to check what's going on. It's in Elisa's house. She's got this painting there of an African lady. And just bear with me now. This painting were also in Paranormal Activity 2. So this must be an Oren Pelly thing, I'm guessing. I don't know why, but if I just do this and just to show you, just bear with me. There it is. Right. There it is. There it is in Paranormal Activity 2. We see it in Daniel's study in Paranormal Activity 2. So there we go. I don't know what significance that has, but whatever. Just thought I'd share it with you. Right, where were we? Off we go. We're in Elisa's house. Let's get it back up. There we go. And they've come. I can't remember what they've come for. They've just come for some reason. I can't remember. Maybe to pick up some equipment. I don't know. Maybe just to see if everything's okay. But all the lights are on, so obviously Elise must have left the house in a hurry. Or maybe they're on timers. I don't know. But anyway, he's looking at a photo of him with Elise. Obviously they're all sad. Because remember, it's not. I'm guessing by now it's like maybe a day or so, a couple of days after Elise died. I'm guessing, but I don't know. And as they're talking away, I wish Elise were here to talk to us, and then suddenly this door creaks open by itself. And he says she never kept the, reading room unlocked. So they've got to go and check that out. So in they go. And they're going into the reading room. There it is, with a bloody terrifying mannequin sat there with a gas mask on, because she used to use a gas mask to in her psychic thing. She used a lot of equipment in her psychic investigations. But anyway, is that a crystal skull? She's got a crystal skull on the table there. Maybe she's been talking to Daniel Jackson's grandfather, uncle, whatever the hell he was. Anyway, so in they go. There you go. Terrifying. That just where is it? I just burn that. That'll be in the bin. I just burn it. It's too scary. Far too scary. I'll see if there's anything else that's standing out. Anyway, alright, he goes into another room. There's Tucker and bumps into something and shouts, "Oh my nuts!" And then they find these VHS tapes, and one of them, there we go, is of Josh Lambert in 1986. So like, ooh, what a coincidence! So they decide to play it. So here you go, they're playing it. There we go, seeing when Josh was videoed and hypnotised by Elise. But then they see something. So they say, there we go, so where he's talking. They say, who's he talking to? And but it doesn't show us yet. But they notice something. They say, "What's that in the corner?" But we don't see it yet. There's somebody there. Maybe we could just make out a figure there. There's somebody there behind him that they couldn't see, in real life. But it's turned out up on the film. But they show us who it is later, right? This is Lorraine. She wakes up. She's asleep at her desk for some reason. There's a bloody bed there, woman. What are you playing at? Anyway. She wakes up, and I thought this was a dream, to be completely honest, but I don't think it is. Remember, keep checking the periphery, see if there's things appearing. I don't think there is anything in this, but I could be wrong. So he goes in and checks on Dalton, and he's talking in his sleep, and he says, "Grandma," and says, "There's somebody standing behind you." So she looks round, obviously there's nobody there. So she goes outside. By the way, she leaves the light. So she puts the lamp on. The poor kid's trying to sleep. She just leaves it on and goes out. And then she puts more lights on, which is sensible. I'll be putting all the blue. I'm putting lamps on. I'll be putting the big light on. But anyway. So there you go. She's checking the house. So I'm looking to see if there's anything in the corners, but I can't really see out. Figures standing there or whatever, but I'm not seeing anything. So maybe that featurette was all a lie, maybe. Anyway, there you go. The noisy bloody thing's going off. I will show you how noisy it is. That's supposed to calm kids down, is it? I don't bloody think so. That batteries will be out of that. Toot sweet. Anyway, then we see a ghost, or we see a figure. There we go. We see a figure go by. Oh, spooky white dress. Oh. So she goes to investigate. Obviously, there's nobody there. I think it meant things in the corner of your house will give up. Don't looking over my shoulder and tell me there's something behind me. Or I'll put all the lights on. Because the cat's out. So I can't blame the cat for stuff, because she's out. Put her out. So you've got me looking now, here. In this area. Oh dear. The only person that's here, I don't know if you can, I think that is my mum. My mum's there. Mortal remains. her ashes are there in a a box. Anyway, she'll look after me. Right, where were we? She's looking around for this figure. Ezra thinks, oh, whatever. So she goes to take some medication, but then she's going to see in the mirror, obviously. There she is, the figure. Turns out this is the main bad ghost. The main bad ghost in this isn't the old lady, although that's pretty bad. It's this. This is the mother of the old lady. I don't know if she's got a name. Does she have a name? Let me check. We'll have to check now. I won't tell you the name of the old lady, the hideous old lady. No, it just says mother of that person. She's played by Danielle Bisutti, and she's very striking, I must admit. And they said they wanted to try and make her ugly, as this ghost, make it look scary and terrifying. But they said they couldn't because she was so gorgeous and attractive. So they just thought, well, we'll go the opposite way. We'll make her look like a really beautiful but gaunt ghost, so like Morticia sort of thing. But anyway, so that's what they decided to do. And she's a good actress. She's absolutely terrifying. I want her to be my mother. There you go. The door closes. There you go. As she's looking, she goes to open the door, and it's Josh that's standing there, and she's saying, "There's somebody. I've seen a ghost and all that stuff." And Josh is saying, "No, don't say that because you'll scare my family. We've just been through all that. He don't want anything to do with it because he's possessed by a ghost. Spoilers. We know. We know he's not right." Right. So next day, there you go. Renee gets up and there you go. She's putting young Callie for her breakfast, and Josh and Dalton, I think. No, Foster. Whatever. They're having fun and games with the cup phone and all that stuff. There we go. Father-son fun. And Dalton comes down and he's not happy. He says, "What do you want for your breakfast, flower pot?" He says, "I don't care." He says, "What's the matter?" He said, "I've had bad dreams." And I think he tells about, grandma came. He thought it was a dream that his grandma came into his room. Oh, we're going to see what he saw. His grandma came into his room, and he said there was somebody standing behind her, and then we see what. Is he going to show us what was behind her? The ghostly woman, the mother of, whose name we'll find out in a bit. Right, so. He got up and he went to go to the loo or whatever, and then he heard his dad talking. And his dad, there you go. His dad saying, "You have to go," and all that stuff. You have to leave. He was talking to someone. So, who was he talking to? A ghost, obviously, because he's possessed. Anyway. So she says, "I'll protect you." Blah blah blah. Right. So, what's happening now? Josh says he'll take them. I'll take the boys to school, in kind of looking, creepy, even though he hasn't physically changed, but acting. Right, Lorraine's gone to see. She's gone over to Elisa's house because she can tell because it's got the painting that's off Paranormal Activity 2. Gone to see Tucker and Specs. Are they living there now? They must be. They must have just stayed there. Maybe, I don't know. But she's telling him that, whatever killed Elise is still in the house, or is in her house. So there we go. They're gonna show her the video. Oh, there they are with James Wan, Lee Wanell, Angus, and James Wan on his laptop. What else has he got on his laptop? I can't speak. Flux detectors. Pulse detectors, screenshot, is that it? App Store, media cache files. I just want to see if there's anything funny. No, not that I can see. Boo. Could have put something funny on, couldn't they? Never mind. Oh, hang on. No. What does that say? Is that? Oh no, it's Pixel. I thought there was something rude down there at the bottom. Anyway, so he's going to show the footage. He digitised the footage to put it on his laptop from when she recorded Josh Young Josh. Everybody's called bloody Josh in the world, aren't they? Anyway. So they brightened it up, and there we go to see that it's old Josh, somehow. Old Josh were there in the room back in 1986. So there we go. But we're going to see what's happened to Josh in a bit. I'm not exactly sure when, so I don't know whether to mention it or not, what's happening. Anyway, Lorraine's doing washing because everybody in America does their washing in the basement. Don't know why. They just do. And they all think that, James Wan thinks that everybody in England does their washing in the basement, if you've seen The Conjuring 2. Anyway, she's doing that. And then I think she's the phone ring. I think it's the phone. Yes, she is the phone ring. All right, I think this might be where we see stuff out the corner of his eyes, or the edge of frame. Or I could be wrong. Keep looking. See if you see any figures. I don't think we are doing, are we? Anyway, it's the detective, Captain Commander of the Apollo in Stargate Atlantis. He's learned that the marks on Elisa's neck do not match up with Josh's hands. So he's they know it wasn't him, but it was Josh, which doesn't make sense, does it? Because so it was a ghost that throttled her, not a ghost possessing Josh. I don't know, but anyway. Oh, right, hang on. Right, we're going to see one here now. I know definitely there is one here. For definite, right. As she walks past this... here we go, here I did. Look in this area here, if you can see my mouse pointer. There's somebody sitting in a chair. There we go. There she is, look. There she is. The mother of the old woman. But when she goes down here, there we go, we see she's gone, look, she's not there anymore. Spooky, eh? So there we go. So she knows that Josh didn't murder, according to the police, didn't murder Elise. So that's one less thing to worry about. Then as she's just standing looking gormless, that thing that makes all the racket comes rolling into the room. There it goes. So she's worrying about that. And then I think she hears Callie crying, I think. Is it this bit? Oh, no. We've a whole other thing to go through first. She looks in the room, there's nobody there. We've gone too far now. She walks over. This is a nice little effect. When she walks back, right, she walks past this couch, but when she walks back, as she will in a minute, there she goes. Bludush. She's there. There you go. She's a Star Trek 5 reference. Row, row, row your boat. But she doesn't. All she says is that bit. She doesn't do the merrily down the stream and all that. But or gently down the stream. But she doesn't do the merrily, merrily, merrily. She must be trying to comprehend the meaning of the words. So she's like freaking out, and then she does a cheeky little smile and walks into the other room. And this is when she hears the baby crying. She's over the baby monitor, that's it. Then she hears the baby crying, so she goes running upstairs, but the door slams. There we go. And she can't get in. And then there we go, she hears the ghostly woman saying, "What a beautiful little girl." And then she screams at you hear a slap. And she gets in, she goes running in. But the baby's disappeared. She doesn't know where Callie is. The baby's vanished. So she goes running around the house, and... she goes there, and then they go flying up in the air by themselves. It's all kicking off, isn't it, now? And she's looking for her, and she can't find her, but we're going to get a jump scare now. Are you ready? Hang on, I'll put the audio on, just so you can be scared with me. In a minute. He's coming, don't worry. When she turns. There we go. I shat myself. I've seen this film a few times as well, but it gets me every bloody time. Proper jump scare. It made me jump then as well, and I was waiting for it. So she slaps her. And she actually knocks her out. She's out cold. Is Renee. Anyway, then we cut to, I think we're back at Elisa's house, aren't we? And this is Carl, old Carl, because 1986 was many, many years ago, I was 19 in 1986. When they passed my driving test. Oh dear. Anyway, so there they are. Carl's here. And they're wanting to get in touch with Elise, so they're using Carl. Well, they want Carl to help them get in touch with Elise because they think she's got information that'll help them about what's still going on. And he's saying, well, I don't think that's a good idea, but anyway. So he agrees reluctantly, and he's going to use his dice. He's got dice that have letters on. And he uses them, he throws them in, a bit like, casting of the runes or, bones or reading tea leaves, except it actually spells out stuff. I don't know, are these a real thing? Because you'd think it'd... I can't see this working in real life, but anyway. So he's asking questions, is Elise here and all that stuff. There you go. Elise, we are calling out to you. And he throws it. Nothing seems to happen at first, unless is that a cue? Yeah. Unless is a word. Anyway, so first couple of throws, nothing appears. But eventually they get a word. All the lights start flickering and all that stuff. I think the TV comes on and goes off, which is better than throwing a few dice, isn't it? But anyway, because Specs we're going to investigate, and he says, "No, don't break the circle." But they're only sat around the table, not like holding hands or anything, are they? But never mind. So he does it again. They're going to show that. Hang on, Elise. Is it you, Elise? And he moves. There we go. He moves the ones out of the way, except for the ones that seem to spell yes. But anyway, I wonder if any of the others had spelled anything. Is it going to show us? No. Actually, this is there, isn't it? K-N-O-W. No. I know. There, look. But he just cast them to one side and just focused on yes there. Or pick, P-I-C. Could be something hidden in the painting. Maybe that painting of the African lady, for all we know. Down. Anyway, whatever. See, you could make anything, couldn't you? That's what I'm saying. It seems a bit weird. But anyway. But then it starts doing, instead of him just throwing them, they kind of get ripped out of his hands and like spell out the words on the table, in like a spooky supernatural way. There we go. Who killed you? She did, is the answer. And actually spelling out stuff and not having to find them in the dice. I mean, that could have been a kangaroo that killed her there. With all the Australians in it, Roo. But there you go. What does she want? Kill. She wants to kill them all. So what's that going to spell out next? There's a scary gas mask. What's this one say? Nothing. He's going to cast them again. They're all getting spooked. I don't know why they're getting spooked. There's only a skull with a bloody red candle on it. Crying out loud. Tell us where to find your killer. Where does she say? Oh, Our Lady Angles, it said. There we go. Our Lady Angles. They mean the Our Lady Angels, which is a hospital, but it just happened to be a hospital where Lorraine worked. So they're going to go there in a bit. But first, Josh has found Renee unconscious on the floor. And you know that something's up. He just picks her up. He tries to wake her up, but she doesn't wake up. And then he gives her a good sniff. There we go. So maybe he's related to Joe Biden. I don't know. He gives her a good sniff. Look. But as I said, he's possessed. He's possessed by a spirit. And obviously, the spirit enjoys, carnal pleasures of, sensation, smells, tastes, touch, and all that stuff. So that's why that's happening. Right, they're going to the hospital. There it is, the Our Lady of the Angels. I'm guessing that's CG, because this is actually the what they call it, Linda. Is it Linda Vista Hospital. I've got it in my notes. I do have notes. Linda Vista Community Hospital, which is supposed to be super duper haunted. So there we go. Hang on, what's in real life, by the way, it's supposed to be super duper haunted. And a few films are being filmed there as well. Random question, says Wingrace, how do you gift memberships from yourself? Well, I just go onto my stream. Because I can't do it from it won't let me do it from, from the studio part, where the live stream's going on, where I can see the chat and, all the information. I can't gift from there, it won't let me. It'll let me do a chat, but it won't let me gift anything. Not a membership anyway. So, but I can do it if I go into the regular live stream on YouTube, and I just buy 5 gift memberships. There we go. That's what I did, and it gifted them to 5 random subscribers. Who I'm sure will appreciate them. But anyway. Anywho. Where were we? Oh, they're going to this hospital, yes. Where Lorraine just happened to work. I think she was a doctor. I don't think it mentions she was a doctor. Anywhere else, she doesn't act like a doctor. Pardon me. Anyway, so they're looking for information on, who might be behind all this. So it's all spooky. And it is actually spooky in real life. I've seen a few, like, ghost hunting things and all that have gone to Linda Vista I keep calling it a hotel. Linda Vista Hospital. Anyway, so they're looking for stuff, and there we go. She's remembering now. She's gone back into the past when she was young and a different person. With Josh, must be a take your kid to work day. And they go into this room, and there she's checking on. I'm guessing she's a doctor. She must be, because she's got a stethoscope round her neck. It's just like a bloody airplane, isn't it? With Leslie Nielsen with stethoscope round his neck. Are you a doctor? Yes, I am. Anyway, he's in here with the fella from Saw. It looks like him, doesn't it? John Kramer. I've got the name of the actor. Wingrace, I know, because he's been in Stargate. Looks like him, but it's not him. It's somebody else. This is Parker Crane, who is an important character in the film, and that's proper 80s hair, isn't it? She's got that nurse. Anyway, so she's checking on him and all that stuff. He was still unresponsive, so, but just letting Josh just poke about with stuff. And then he turns round. There we go. And Parker Crane just suddenly comes out of his torpor. Tobin Bell, that's the fella. Yes, thank you. Tobin Bell. Except it's not him. Who plays Parker Crane in this? By the way, another person with a last name for a first name. What is it with Lee Whannell? Right, Parker Crane. Where are we? Where is he? Where the hell is he? Why ain't he got a young Parker? Where's old Parker? I'm sighing. Is it on Wikipedia in the cast list? Let's have a look. Old Parker. Tom Fitzpatrick played Old Parker Kane and The Bride in Black. There we go. Good old Omac. Well, that's his name. I can't remember his name. It was, an annoying character. It was basically Tobin Bell. It's how he is in everything, isn't he? He's always kind of stuck up and aloof. But anyway, he attacks Josh. There we go. He comes out of his coma, whatever he's been in, and then just attacks Josh. And anyway, they get him away. And he says, a few days later, I saw him again. So I'm guessing she must have been off then. She must have had a couple of days off, I'm guessing. Otherwise, she'd have known what we're about to learn. So she gets into this elevator. What's she doing? Does she think there's a trap door? She mustn't do. She gets this elevator, presses the button, and in comes somebody. And it turns out it's there we go. It's Parker Crane. Says, Parker, what are you doing out of bed? You should be resting, etc. But he ignores her. So Anyway, she apologises for what happened the other day, and they get to the first floor, which in the UK would be the ground floor, because we're weird. In the UK we have ground floor, then first floor, which is your second floor, etc. As I said, we're weird. I guess I can't gift them since I don't have any live streams. I don't know. You have to. What you mean on your channel? Yeah. Well, I think you can gift them on premieres if you do a premiere, because premiere's got a live chat on it. So if you do a premiere, you can gift them in them. I do believe. What do you eat then? First beef. What? Are you drinking? I think Windgrace is drinking. Anyway, he gets off the lift, off he goes, toddles off, and then she comes out. She goes over to the reception desk, whatever, and says, what's he doing out of bed? And then she says, no, didn't you know? He died yesterday morning. He threw himself out the window. Oh, what do you call it then? Ground beef. All right. First beef. Yes, all right. Word play. Yes. No, we don't call it first beef, because that would be second. On the second floor. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right, she tells her, that he died yesterday. So she's just seen a ghost, the ghost of Parker Crane. So she's like, ooh, heck, there you go. So why was he here in the first place? So somebody's asking that. I can't remember which one. She says he tried to castrate himself. That's what he were in the hospital for. There you go. Meanwhile, back home, Josh's teeth are coming out. That's where we're learning, because we know he's possessed now, and we're learning that his mortal body is starting to deteriorate because it's possessed by a dead spirit. So there you go. So he's getting upset, but then we hear a voice from behind him. There we go. There's somebody in the shower, a figure in the shower. There you go. And I think it's mother of Parker Crane, the ghost woman we've been seeing. My constant nightmare. What, your teeth coming out? And there you go, saying, I can't, mother, the blood. Right, meanwhile, back at the hospital, they're looking through the files, and I forgot his name, Tucker. Not related to Tucker from Tucker and Dale, I don't think, because I can't remember which were Tucker and which were Dale. I forgot his bloody name now. Never mind, doesn't matter. Cool film, very funny. Losing my teeth and rickety elevators. Yes, elevators can be scary, can't they? Especially rickety ones. When they go up on the elevator in Blackpool Tower, that's proper rickety, is that? Well, it used to be, anyway. I don't know if it is now, but I've been up it for years. Anyway, so, right, here we go. Tucker finds the chart, the files for Parker Crane. There we go. And they find out where he lived from, because it's got his address on, so they find out where he lived. Anyway, meanwhile, back at home, Renee, I can't want to call her Rose, because that's a real name. Renee wakes up screaming, saying, where's the baby? The baby's gone. He says, she's fine, she's in bed asleep. So she goes running up, she's got to check. No, the baby's fine. He says, see, I told you. And she said, we've got to get out of the house, and, there's ghosts, and they're attacking me, and won't punch me and knock me out. And, so, anyway, he says, I know I've seen it. I have seen where these things exist, saying, because he's been to the further, so he knows what's going on. And we've just got to ignore them and they'll go away. Go back downstairs. Oh, they hear the piano playing a tune. And then she's saying, see, I told you. And she starts playing the tune again, what they've just heard. And it turns out it's one of her songs that she wrote. And it says she says, don't you recognise it? It's your song that I wrote for you. And he goes, no, I don't know. Because obviously it's not him, is it? It's not Josh. It's somebody else. So there we go. So she's saying there's somebody in this house. Anyway, they've got to Parker Crane's house now. Tucker just smashes the window and says, "Hey, look, they left the window open." And basically they're breaking and entering. So here they go, looking round, having a good old nosy. Not seeing anything in the corners of the rooms to scare me. Although there is something coming up. And I don't know if it's... I couldn't rewind it to check again, so we'll see if I come across it. It might be this bit, actually. It might be this bit, because he moves this perambulator that's got a doll in it. He just shoves it across the... Oh, no, it didn't. I thought there were a figure there. When I saw it earlier on, I thought that were a figure. Is it going to show it? Let's go frame by frame. I thought there was somebody standing there, but it isn't. It's a curtain, isn't it? Oh, I'm not disappointed now. Anyway, they're having a good look round. They find this is Parker Crane's bedroom. It's got all girl dolls and stuff like that, and a doll's house. It doesn't look very boyish. It looks more like a girl's bedroom. But then all the there you go. All the rocking horses start rocking by themselves. And they, they're hearing weird things. Anyway, he drops his camera. His camera he's got in his hand, his camcorder. He drops it like to his side, and then we see what it sees. There you go. Somebody sitting on the bed in girls' clothes. And they turn round, and this figure says, there you go, "You can't be in here, she'll make me kill you. If she finds you, she'll make me kill you." So basically they run out. Hang on, is he going to say it? A minute. "You can't be in here." There you go. "If she sees you, she'll make me kill you." So basically they run out. And then the figure's gone. The little girl is gone. Right, Dalton's asleep. Oh, and he's got his cup phone, and he hears a voice from it. He wakes up. There you go, somebody's calling him. He thinks it's his brother. He says, "Go to sleep, he'll get us into trouble." There you go. He says, "I'm not Foster." He says, who are you then?" And he sees that the line is going into the cupboard, the closet or whatever. So there we go. And then somebody comes running out in a minute, because he's getting all scared. He's saying, "Foster, wake up," but Foster's fast asleep. "Please wake up." But then out comes, oh, for God's sake. Here they come. A figure comes running out. Anyway, it's a young woman comes running out. When she's ready, for Christ's sake. There you go. "What do you want?" And there we go, she comes running out. Just a normal looking woman, but looking a bit, dirty and dishevelled, as though she's been through hell. And they go, "Help," saying, "Please help me," and all that stuff. And then when he sees loads of others, in a minute, there you go, sees loads of others standing there. I think there's 15 in all. Essentially, these are the victims of Parker Crane, who turns out he was a serial killer. The Black Bride. And these are his victims. So they're obviously wanting help. And there you go. You see that he's astrally projecting again. He's asleep in bed. And he jumps under the covers. And they're all trying to, they're pawing at him. And he's thrashing about. But then, there we go. Suddenly it's morning. His mother's there. So, "Okay, it was only a dream." Anyway. He's waiting there with a baseball bat for some reason, looking very Jack Nicholson. He does go Jack Torrance in this. It is very Shining-esque. He's talking to somebody. "Shadows are your home now." Who don't know who he's talking to, but we find out in a minute when he gets up to go. Is he going to show us? He gets up to go, and he's going to show us now. Hang on. Put the audio back on. Another jump scare. Help! There we go. Here we're talking to real Josh. Josh is trapped in the further, much like his son was in the first film. Josh is trapped in the further now, and it's him that's been playing the piano, trying to get Renee's attention, playing his tune. So But obviously it's not working, is it? Where are we now? We're still at Parker Crane's house. They're looking for stuff. He's using his dice to see if he can contact anybody. But then this chandelier decides to start undoing itself. So there we go. Is anybody speaking to him? Mors. Not s'mores, which we learned about recently, didn't we? Mors, which is Latin for death or whatever. Anyway, she comes in and she's saying, "Oh, look at that picture. Oh, look, it's her and the little girl that we saw earlier on." But then the chandelier comes crashing down. "Lorraine, look out!" Saves her life. They're fine. Meanwhile, what's going on here? Who's this? Is this Specs? No, that's Carl again. He's doing his... there we go. So nobody's answering. They've gone, whoever were talking to him. But then comes out Mater Mortis, mother of death, or whatever the bloody hell it means. Yes, it simply means mother of death. And then they hear knocking from behind a bookcase. So they start knocking back. And it sounds hollow, and the knocking continues. So they move the bookcase, and they find a not nice place. Looks a bit like a chapel, with pews and stuff. But it's very smelly, as you can tell from Barbara Hershey there. So they go in and they see. There we go. Essentially, lots of kind of mummified, I suppose, body. These are all his victims. Obviously, the victims were never found. So here they are. So there they are filming them. He does have a look under one of them and then throws up or starts retching. But it doesn't show us what they're like underneath. There you go. Lots of his the tools of his trade. Because, he were a mental case. His news clippings of his exploits, Bride in Black. The old woman dressed in a black wedding gown and veil, because apparently somebody escaped and described who tried to kill them. But anyway, he touches it because he can do the what do they call it now? I forgot what they call it. He can touch something, get a psychic impression. I can never remember what they call that word. Anyway, he touches it and he gets. There we go. Flash. He gets a flashback or a whatever that word is. Windgrace knows because he told me it before and I can never remember it. He was putting on his makeup, his old woman makeup and black bride dress and wig. There we go. And now he's going to kill some poor young girl because he's a maniac. There we go. Parker wore that dress to kill people. He killed for his mother because she forced him to. Right. But I think it's his mother essentially that is the real baddie spirit, the dominant spirit. Anyway. Renee is coming home. The boy she's dropped off with a babysitter called Jessica. Psychometry, that's it. I knew he'd know. I can never bloody remember it. I prefer touch telepath. I think Trek used that one, but yes, psychometry. I don't know why I can never remember that word. I keep thinking it begins with T, not touch telepath, but something else. But psychometry, that's it. Oh dear. Anywho, he did that. Anyway, Renee's come home. She's dropped off the boys, Foster and Dalton, who sound like an Irish folk duo. Drops them off at the babysitter who's called Jessica. She's got baby Callie with her. But before she can go in... Hang on. Before she can go in, Lorraine appears out of the blue. There we go. And says, "No, don't go in. I need to speak to you," etc. He was telling where Dalton and Foster are. We learned that Josh is still in the house. He says he didn't. She says he didn't feel well. He stayed in bed, so he's in the house doing his stuff by himself. So she wants to talk to her. Says, "Well, let's just go and for a drive or whatever." Or it might be maybe Lorraine told her that. But anyway, we learn that Josh is in there. He's probably watching. Right, so Tucker and Specs and Carl. She's got Renee away from the house, so they're going in for their mission now, like Mission Impossible. There we go. So they're wiring him up so they can hear him, because Carl's going to go in and they're going to try and tranquilise Josh. The code word is quesadilla or quesadilla. Hang on, there we go. So I thought we were using unicorn as the code word. So quesadilla is easy to bring up in conversation. By the way, they are the comedy relief. Anyway, he says, it doesn't matter, you'll know if I need you. So off he goes. Josh is, walking about the house. There we go. Josh, took Renee shopping. See you later, Mom. What else is up to fridge? Anything noteworthy? Not that I can see. Never mind. So you can see he's starting to get, they're making him up to make him look, more gaunt and deeper eyes and all that, because he's possessed. There we go, there's a knock on the door, even more so in the harsh daylight. It says, I'm Carl, I'm a friend of your mother's and all that, and a friend of Elise's, and I was wondering if I could come in and talk to you and get some closure. And there's, I think Specs is getting all excited. He says, it's like being in the FBI. In a minute. But, right, so he's going in. So a few, and he goes, wow, this is pretty exciting. And they go, I feel like an FBI agent, and he grabs Tucker's knee, or he puts his hand on his, his lap, and Tucker has a look down. Sexual chemistry going on there. Wish I looked as healthy as he does in this makeup. Well, yeah, but remember Patrick Wilson puts in the first film. I don't know why he did this. He put it must have been part of his bedtime routine. He used to put that cream on his to get rid of his crow's feet. And I have to think, why would he do that? I mean, they were only a teacher, not as if he was a Hollywood actor. But anyway, this is very Hollywood, isn't it? By the way, with all the palm trees. I bet the Hollywood sign's just behind there. But anyway, I don't know where it's supposed to be. By the way, I don't know. Anyway, what's this? Oh, this is Lorraine and Renee going somewhere, aren't they? And Renee's going to drop off Callie at another babysitter. She must have them dotted about, of these safe houses. Anyway, Lorraine's telling her that Josh has brought back something from, the further. Something's inside him, using him. There we go, it's going to kill. Blah, blah, blah. So she's saying that Carl's gone in with Tucker and Specs, and they're going to try and tranquilise Josh, and then they can get it out of him. And so that's what they're going to sedate him. And when he's under, going to reach out to the real Josh who's trapped in the further. Right, so back at the house, he's talking away. They was telling him he's just feeling a little under the weather. So anyway, they're talking away, and obviously Josh is suspicious, but then Carl notices a tooth on the floor, because his teeth must have just fallen out now and going onto the floor. Maybe he's been in a fight with, I watched it last night, the episode of Lower Decks, where Beckett Mariner's got to punch out all of Jack Ransom's teeth to feed to the meep. Is it meep or moop? Moo-woo, meep, whatever. That little cute creature that eats bones and teeth. So maybe that's happened. Or maybe not. Anyway. Anywho, he notices that, so, puts his foot on it and secretes it. There we go. Pretends to drop his glasses and, there we go, scoops it up. They're talking about the old woman and all that. Did you see her? And he grabs hold of him and says, do you want a drink? You think he's going to get him. Says, yeah, I'll have a glass of water, please. But then he's looking at the tooth. And he's going to do his dice, I think, here in a minute. He says, what you got there? And he says, is it your dice? Moopsy. Yes, that's it. That was the creature. Thank you, Wingray. Moopsy. Yeah, what you got there? And he shows me, I thought you maybe be playing with your dice. How does Josh know about his dice? I think he says, Mother told me that you like to use dice. Obviously, he's not talking about Lorraine. He's talking about the mother of Parker Crane, isn't he? So anyway, right. So he's going to use, says, what have you got behind your back? He says, well, why don't you ask your dice? And then he says, he holds his dice and he says, what does, and then he starts to say Josh, and then he says, what does Parker Crane have, or what is Parker Crane holding behind his back? I think he says it here. Has he said it? I've probably said it already. In a minute. He must have done it already. And then it comes out. Oh, there you go. What is Parker Crane holding behind his back? There we go. And it comes out and it spells knife on this. There we go. It spells knife and other letters. That rings a bell. And you've mentioned it before and I can't remember where from. For God's sake. Anyway. So then they have a kerfuffle there. We go, shit! He didn't even say quesadilla, did he? But they go running in. Tucker grabs a, what do they call them? A zapper. What do you call them now? What you zap people, them. Anyway, so Josh is attacking Carl with the knife. Carl's picked up the baseball bat and he's trying to protect himself, but he gets knocked out. We actually think he gets killed. The reasons. He's an 80s and early 90s comedian. I think you've mentioned him before. Because it does ring a bell. I think you have mentioned him before. But I can't remember in what context. But never mind. Anyway, so there we go. Throws him down. And he's zapping. What's his face? Josh. But Josh gets him with the tranquilizer. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane is his big one. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So Specs is ligged out, and then he suddenly gets Tucker ligged out on top of him as he passes out because he's been tranquilised. And Carl, we think he's dead. Hang on, in a minute. But then, here we go. I think he gets back up. Josh gets back up. And knocks out Specs, as we're going to see. Here he goes, and just doink, knocks him out. So, right. In the further, the real Josh meets Carl. That's where we're thinking Carl's dead because he's in the further. Says, I know you don't, I. That's gone a bit wrong, hasn't it? I know you don't, I. He says, oh, I'm Carl, met you as a kid, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So they've got to go and help Elise, or find Elise. So they've got to go into the further we go. Right. His mother's talking to him from behind the shower curtain. Notice he thinks she is Future Guy from Enterprise. You need to kill the others. Shut up, get out of my head. Remember, he hates his mother, but he feels compelled to do what she says, but he hates her. Anyway, here she is dropping off Callie at one of her various. It's not the same babysitter, I don't think. Not the same babysitter that Dalton and Foster are at, because we see this other babysitter drop off Dalton and Foster later. So let's say she must have babysitters dotted around Los Angeles or wherever the hell they're supposed to be. Anyway, so right, the phone rings. Lorraine's phone rings, and she says, "Hang on." She's going to say, there we go. Just got a message from Tucker. He says they're ready. Suspicious, isn't it? We know they're not ready because we know Tucker's out Sparko. Carl's apparently dead, and Specs got knocked out by Josh. So it's obviously a trap. But they don't know that. Meanwhile, back in the further, they're heading through the misty night, and Carl says there's somebody standing right in front of you, but Josh can't see him, but Carl can, because Carl's psychic, I'm guessing. He's right in front of you, and he's talking, he's saying, he's got your baby, he's got your baby, he's got your baby, and then, there you go. And then we see him just appears, another jump scare. He's got your baby, he's got your baby. Then he points in a direction, and I think it's the original, their first house from the first film. They've got to go to. They go over there in a minute. There you go. I think that's where the first house from Insidious. And there's a bit of time travel going on now, because I'm guessing in the further, time doesn't mean anything. Which is how we saw him back in 1986. Now they've gone back to the first night of activity in the first film. So we're seeing what's going on in the Lambert house. There we are. This was in the first film. Josh and Renee talking away in bed, and then they hear knocking on the front door. And it, because Josh, there we go, Josh from outside had just seen the long-coated ghost man, the fellow that's got no nose, seen him pacing about outside. So he goes in and he wants to warn them. So it's him. In the first film, the knocking on the door they heard were actually Josh trying to warn them that that there was the ghost there, but obviously they don't see him. They can't see him. So he's got to get in to warn them, and he goes set the alarm, and she goes into it's one of the best scares I think in a horror film. Where she goes into the baby's room and she sees the ghost standing behind the crib. Gives me the chills even now. So this was in the first film. Anyway, he's somehow managed to use his spiritual powers and he's kicked the door in. And obviously this happened in the first film. Sets off the alarm. Distracted the bad guy ghost. Oh, he has got a nose. I thought he didn't have a nose. Unless it changed. Because I remember his face changed a bit. So maybe it sometimes didn't have a nose. It looks very vampish there, doesn't it? So Josh is going to intervene in ghostly form. So they have a bit of a fight. That looks a bit weird, doesn't it? A different actor. Possibly. Don't know. It is, isn't it? It's a totally different actor, isn't it? Obviously it's a stuntman or a fight choreographer or something, because it looks totally different there. Anyway, there you go. He's knocked Josh down, but then he gets forced out of the room. There you go. His face goes all weird there. It's Elise. She makes him go out the window, smashing the window, but not in real life. There you go. Elise is there. She sees Josh. Oh, look, it's Josh. There we go. You shouldn't be here, etc. So she's going to help him from beyond the grave. Remember, she's dead. Right. So, got to go and sort this out. So, got to find out where they are. Can't remember. But, got to where does the spirit of whoever live? So he's going to ask. I've never felt such a malignant presence, says Elise. And James Wan would go on to do a film called Malignant, didn't he? Which was hilarious. Supposed to be scary, but I found it was hilarious. It was a horrible film. Anyway, so here he is. So he's going to talk to himself. Old Josh is going to talk to young Josh and ask. There we go. Where she is. Does it tell her? Okay. I need to know where she lives. That's it. Of the old woman. And he says, "I'll show you." This is where he's talking to. "I'll show you." And he points to that room there. So off they go. And then she says, "Oh, so that's what that was all about." Because obviously she remembers it from being young, but having the same voice. So they go down some spooky, misty stairs in the further. Get to the red door, which I can't remember. That takes you to where the lipstick demon is, doesn't it? But I can't really remember. Anyway, right, so Renee and Lorraine have arrived back home, and no sign of Tucker or Specs or Carl or Josh for that matter. No, but yes, they soon find Josh is sitting there with a dice. Sorry, a die. Not plural, is it? A die. And she's saying, did Carl and whatever call, or did Tucker and Specs call, whatever she says? And he goes, nope. Obviously lying, because then he drops the die on the floor, so they know that Carl's been there. So they go running off, so he's chasing them because he's all bad and wicked. There you go. He's gone all Jack Torrance now, hasn't he? You did this to your souls. Look, they're locking him out of the room, trapping his fingers. And there you go. It's been so long since I've felt pain. So they push the piano up against the door, but he soon gets in. I'll huff and puff and blow your house in. But like I say, soon gets in. Lorraine gets locked in a cupboard. Renee jumps on him, and so he locks her in the cupboard and goes running after Renee. And they're fighting round the house. She hits him with pans, and he throws a kettle at her. Bang! Gets her right the small of the back, or between the shoulder blades. That's not Rose Byrne, is it? Never mind. I need my pain. Star Trek 5. Since you already connected it to Star Trek 5 earlier, yes. I forgot how. I forgot what the bloody connection was now. Oh, never mind. Right. So he's knocked her down. Alright, so Jessica, the babysitter, the other babysitter is dropping off Dalton and Foster now. But anyway, he's going to kill Renee now, and he's saying, Mother said, I should kill you, but I said no. Oh, I row your boat, of course, yes. Of course. Hey, look at that old phone there she's got. I wonder if it still works. I've just noticed that. Chelmsford 321. Anyway, but it says no, he's going to kill her. So he's going to kill Lorraine now. Not Lorraine, Renee. So your life being afraid of the dead. Well, you're going to be one of them. So he starts throttling her. There we go. But Dalton saves her whacks the dad with the cricket bat. So they all go running off. And into this maze of a house that's got little doors and rooms and cubbyholes everywhere. This house is it's got 5 rooms and that's 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, stairs, and 2 downstairs rooms. That's it. A living room and a kitchen, and we've got a pantry as well. But I won't be able to hide anywhere from a raving possessed man. Anyway, he's trying to smash through the door. Super strong door, because the cricket bat, the baseball bat shatters. There we go. Right, so they go headed down into the cellar / basement / whatever, underverse, whatever you want to call it. Trying to block the door so he can't get in. But obviously he wants to get them. So anyway, so they're arriving from the further. They've arrived in Parker Crane's bedroom, and we're going to see what happened to him as a kid in a bit. Here we go. We're going to see him as a kid. His mother used to dress him in girls' clothes because his mother wanted a daughter. She's a horrible woman. Here we go. There we go. To Mommy, love Parker. So he said, did you draw this for me? And he says, no. And he said, don't lie. So she starts screaming at him. She's really, really terrifying. There we go. I'll play this bit. Yeah! That's how you treat your kids, isn't it? She's proper scary. Anyway. Says, that's not your name. That's the name your father gave you, she says. Your real name, I think Marilyn or something, she says. There you go. That's the name your father gave you. Your name is Marilyn. So I'm meant to wonder is had a troubled life. But anyway. But then she sees them and gives them a good scream at in a minute. There we go. There we go. Pushes them out with probably psychic powers. I don't bloody know. Anywho. So anyway, they're still stuck in the basement. Wondering what's going on. Yes, and Dalton says, I can go save Dad, or something like that, and he goes to go to sleep in the corner of the room there, out of the way. So he's going to astrally project himself to find Dad. And he's got his radio thing. So off he goes. Destroyer Josh, end this. Well, that's all his victims, isn't it? I think. Yes, it is. All of Parker Crane's victims. He's trying to get in. Look, he's smashing with a fire extinguisher. They're going to come round in a minute. She's still stuck in that closet. So there you go. It's finally got in. So they're going to be fighting. She's pulling them shelves over, look, and all that stuff. But he's determined to get to her. Parker, help me destroy the memories of her. So Parker's got to help destroy the ghost of the mother, because she's kind of controlling him, even though it's no excuse, is it? Anyway, so they found her. So she's throttling Josh now. Tell you, little girls need to learn to be good. So they're going to pick up a hammer and kill Dalton with it, as we see. Look, she's all, ooh, ain't she bad? But Elise is gonna brain mother. I wish she had a name. Mother of Parker Crane. Does it say in Wikipedia? Michelle Crane. It says it on Wikipedia. Don't say it on bloody IMDb, which is supposed to be the font of all movie knowledge. On Wikipedia, Michelle Crane, Mother Mortis. That's her name. Not just mother of Parker Crane. Anyway, she's going to brain her, there you go, with a rocking horse, which is something, you don't hear very often, is it? So just as he's about to hammer his... It looks weird there, doesn't it? Have they done so? Is that just his eyes, or have they put something there to make his eyes look, evilly scary? Don't know. But anyway, he's about to do that. But then she... hang on, there you go. She's beating her head in the further with a rocking horse. And then obviously that disrupts him. And there we go. And we see that Parker Crane goes as well. So he gets, don't know where he's gone. It doesn't really explain it. He's just gone because to beat her up with a rocking horse. But he's back. Josh is back and he's fine in a minute. Yes. It said... Elise can't go back with him because she's dead. But says, you can take Carl because she says, I heard your heartbeat. You're still alive. So maybe he's because he's psychic. It must be that's why he's gone into the further. So there you go. So he's still alive. So they have to get back now. So, but then they get waylaid by all these spirit people in the further. But then Dalton finds them. There you go. And he's got his phone thing, so they can get that, follow that to get back home. So that's what they're going to do. Then everything's back to normal. There we go. They're back now. Says, it's me, honest. And they'll be like, are you sure? But anyway, they are. They're all there. It's really me. It's okay. We're all back to normal. We're a happy family again. But I bet they get divorced. Dear. Yes. And then Specs has come in and see how they are. But then Tucker comes in, ready for action. Arrgh! Scares them all. Bring it! Anyway, they're all happy and back to normal. Elise helped them. He's taking away, he's hypnotising them, taking them their ability to go get into the further, taking that ability away to make them forget about it. So there we go. So that's that. And then we get a white out, and then we're back with Tucker and Specs at some later time. I don't know when. But they're going to see somebody, because I think now they're in contact with Elise. So she must be regular. She must be, I don't know how. Maybe she's using Carl's dice or whatever to talk to him. I don't know. But they've got information. They go to this house, and there's a young girl in there. Hang on. There you go. Oh, for Pete's sake. They say, hang on. Come on, bloody speak. Hang on, just a minute. No, not some kind of joke. Just. There we go. It's about Alison. That's it. That's what I want to talk about. And we learn that Alison's in a wheelchair. She had some sort of accident. But He says, this some kind of joke, I'll call the police if you don't go away. There you go. But there you go. The mother comes out with a young Jenna Ortega. I think that's a young Jenna Ortega. I think it is. Hang on, let me double check. Yes, it is. A young Jenna Ortega. She says to him, "Who's the lady behind you?" And this is where we see that Elise is with him. So young Jenna Ortega is Wednesday Addams and is psychic and connected to the supernatural, even at that young age. But anyway, so Elise goes in to see Alison. But there you go. A friend told us that they're telling the dad that Alison's accident wasn't an accident, but I don't know. I can't remember. I think this is in the third film. I think it's a long time since I've seen it, so we're going to have to do it at some point in the future. But I've forgotten. There you go. When she was resuscitated back to life at the hospital, I've actually forgotten what it said here. So I'm going to. She brought something back with her, but what did she bring back with her? I honestly can't remember. I think this is the third film that we're going into here. So anyway, she's talking to her, but then she sees something behind, and I thought she was going to see the lipstick demon, but she doesn't. She just sees like a darkness, and then she goes, "Oh my God!" And then we cut to black, and that's the end of the film. Insidious, Chapter 2. So you don't say that. It just says Insidious. And that's the end of Insidious Chapter 2. It's, a decent flick with some good jump scares and some bit of spookiness and all that jazz. Not as good as the first one, in my opinion. And I think the third one's better as well, although I can't remember what happens in it. I think it's about Alison. Because I think there is a disabled girl. I've forgotten. It's that long since I've seen it. I'm going to have to watch it again. Insidious, yes, just like root beer. But anyway, so there we go. So that's the end of Insidious. Fun. They're a fun. It's a fun. I like Insidious, the series, or the franchise, whatever. Apart from the latest one, The Red Door, which I thought were awful. It's got the kid that plays Dalton is in it, all grown up, and it's terrible, terrible film. Didn't like it at all. So, right, we'll leave it there. That's that done. Let me make myself big. There we go. So that's the end of Insidious Chapter 2. Got to watch Chapter 3 now to remember what happens. Because I can't remember. I think it's set, it's this. I think it's Alison. Before she had an accident. I think. But I'm not sure. Or maybe it's... But I don't think it's in that house. I'm sure it's in an apartment thing. I don't know. I've forgotten. Anyway, never mind. I'll have to watch it. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, what's coming up next? Well, I don't know what's coming up next. For Monday, anyway, for Magnificent Mondays, because it's still all up in the air. Let's check the poll. I put a poll up on the community section, asking which, 4 films to choose from, which were going to be this Monday's Magnificent Monday. Whoever put it, here we are. I'm going to close the poll tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get any more votes now, to be completely honest. It's been 78 votes for a while now. And for a while it looked like it wouldn't be Gladiator. I put Zulu. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll drag it over here and I'll show you. Bear with me. There we go. Let's see, these what I picked. So we're going to be like Zulu, Gladiator, Black Hawk Down, or Last Samurai. And for several days, Gladiator were clearly in the lead. But then suddenly, it's all gone haywire. And Last Samurai has come racing in at the last minute. But we'll see what happens in the next day or so. So I'm going to close the poll tomorrow sometime. Not close it, but, because I don't think you can close it, can you? They just go on forever, don't they? But I will make a decision tomorrow which one. But it looks like it's going to be The Last Samurai, doesn't it? Black Hawk Down has taken over Gladiator. That were way down for a while. Stuff the ballots. Is it fixed? Has it been rigged by Last Samurai fans? But anyway, they're all good films. So I don't mind whichever one. Anyway, right, so that'll be one of them will be Monday, but it looks like it's going to be Last Samurai, doesn't it? But we will see. You never know. You never know. By the way, check out that T-shirt over on the store, the USS Alcide. Also, don't forget to check out my there it is, my little backstory for the USS Alcide, which I just made up. It probably make no sense whatsoever, but anyway. Anywho, right, I've done something wrong. There we go. Right, we'll leave it there. Oh, next Friday's, I forgot. Yes, next Friday's Appointment with Fear is going to be, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. I'm sure they have, but it's a found footage film called Eyes in the Dark. I really like this film. It's like super low budget. The monsters look rubbish when you see them. But it's a cool film. I really enjoyed it. So there we go. No justice for cetacean ops. Bloody cetacean ops. I meant to add as well, but there is a bowling alley. That used to be on the old original Enterprise blueprints, didn't it? Bowling alley. But anyway, but no cetacean ops. Anyway, right. We'll leave it there. Hold on, hang on. Actually made me think of a story idea where whales are the dominant spacefaring race and put us in tiny rooms to do tactical calculation. There'll be a universe where that's true. There will be. Right, so we're all done and dusted. We will leave it there for tonight. So thanks, Wingrace, for keeping me company. The only person who's called in tonight, even though I took off the members-only chat thing. We will see anyway. We'll try it again next time. See what happens. See if we get any more in the chat. Right. We'll leave it there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, all that stuff. As I said, I'll be putting this up on Amazon, what they call it, Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts. I keep meaning to look into iTunes. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Dumb pests. You're on about the trolls and stuff that we had. Is that what you're on about? Yes, yeah, if that's what you mean. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, don't have nightmares. I probably will. It gives me the willies. The Insidious films give me the willies. I don't think they're particularly liked series, but they give me the chills. Particularly the first 3 films. The last Key wasn't too bad, but I didn't like Red Door. But anyway, I really like them films. I like spooky stuff rather than gore and all that. I do like a good gory film now and again, but I like spooky things more. Anywho, hang on. I'll have daymares since it isn't dark yet. It is here. What time is it here? It's 11:15 at night here. So there we go. Do you like the Terrifiers? I've not seen them. I've got them. Obtained legally, of course. Actually, I started watching. I think it was the first one, but I didn't get very far into it, to be completely honest. I don't think I was in the mood, so I'll have to give them another go. I've heard good things about them, but I've heard they're a certain sort of film. But anyway, I'll probably get round to watching them eventually. Right, we'll leave it there again. So, thanks for watching. Don't have nightmares. And until next time, if I try and remember to do a proper video intro and outro, I'll see you.